Russian forces are storming the East Ukrainian city of Lysychansk, the local governor says, with 8 civilians killed by shelling. Serhiy Haidai, governor of Luhansk region, said 21 other people had been injured in the attack, which came as they collected water from a tanker. Earlier on Monday, he told people to evacuate immediately because of the real threat to life and health. The enemy seeks to encircle Ukrainian troops, advancing towards Lysychansk from south and west. Local residents are spending almost all day in bomb shelters and cellars, according to the official. The city is under very dense artillery fire, Haidai added. Numerous fires across residential buildings and infrastructure. Besides housing, 2 shopping malls are ablaze, with one of them having lost 3 floors to the fires. The other fire, raging across 500 square meters of area, was extinguished. The people of Lysychansk are facing a barrage of Russian strikes, the like of which they've not seen before. The shells are raining down on them with explosions every few minutes, at times, and they're horribly random and shockingly indiscriminate. This is a bloody and destructive war, and the Russian sledgehammer is smashing down on this strategic city in the Donbass in eastern Ukraine. The only warning for people might be a thud as the deadly weapon is unleashed, followed by a terrifying whistle as the projectile screams through the air. It is unrelenting and unforgiving, and ever since the fall of the industrial city of Sievierodonetsk, on the 24th of June, its neighbor Lysychansk has been the focus of a savage onslaught from the Russian war machine. It now seems to be heading towards the inevitable, a Russian blockade followed by capture. Time is running out for the last remaining city under Ukrainian control in the Luhansk region of the Donbass. What's remarkable is that it hasn't already succumbed to what appears to be an unavoidable crushing by the Russian attackers in the face of an unrelenting bombardment of artillery and airstrikes. The region is Russia's military focus 4 months after it invaded Ukraine. Since withdrawing from the area around the capital Kyiv in early April, the Russian military and their separatist allies have been trying to drive Ukrainian government forces out of Luhansk and the neighboring region of Donetsk, which together make up the Donbass industrial belt. Weeks of ferocious artillery barrages have devastated urban and rural areas, leaving an unknown number of people dead and injured. Lysychansk, a city similar in size to Sievierodonetsk on the other side of the Sievierodonetsk River, had a population of 95,000 before the current fighting. Governor Haidai wrote on Telegram that the Ukrainian defenders of Lysychansk lacked long-range artillery and the Russians were using every sort of weapon to attack it. The situation in the city is very difficult, he said earlier. Save yourself and your loved ones. Take care of the children. The Russian military says it killed 14 mercenaries from Georgia and a number of European states, 1.8 miles from Lysychansk on Sunday. The report could not be verified independently. People remaining in Sievierodonetsk were struggling with the basic necessities such as food supplies, Mayor Alexander Stryik said. The Russian military is in the city, he said. They are trying to establish the occupiers' authority. Speaking to Reuters news agency after reaching safety in the town of Sievierodonetsk, a Ukrainian soldier said to be one of the last to leave Sievierodonetsk described his feelings about having to retreat. It was a shame, of course, because a lot of effort was put into defending it. It went on for months, said Danilo, 24. But we're not too upset as we also want to live. Since Russia invaded on the 24th of February, claiming it wanted to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine after it moved closer to NATO, thousands of civilians and combatants have been killed or wounded, and at least 12 million people have fled their homes. Western states have responded by arming Ukraine and placing unprecedented sanctions on Russia, a nuclear superpower and global energy supplier. A spokesman for Russian-backed fighters claimed that the Ukrainian forces' attempt to defend Lysychansk and Sievierodonetsk was pointless and futile. The key question is, what is Russia's endgame? Will they try to take the Donbass, attempting to force Ukraine to accept a ceasefire, annexing the Luhansk and Donetsk regions and redrawing the national boundaries? This is plausible, especially if Russia's forces are as exhausted as many analysts say. It could be presented back home as a success. The special military operation had liberated the Donbass, or what is left of it. Russia might hope that realpolitik would kick in, with Ukraine being pressured to accept the loss of territory in the name of peace and global stability. Ukraine would almost certainly reject this, with a frozen conflict the end result. Alternatively, will President Vladimir Putin want to finish what he started, maybe taking all of the south, or even making another push for Kyiv? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can be alerted to our next episode. We'll see you again soon on Warzone.